Gonna do a review on a 2003 Honda Reflex. Bought it with 7,000 miles used. Got some dings and scratches, but I put over 1,000 miles on it. Let's see here. This is inside the trunk, which it does have the light, which you've seen in 100 videos. I got a lot of stuff in mine. I gotta take some out, but it's mainly where I keep hats and stuff. And I love this little hook here for the helmet. Here is the glove box. I put a little battery trickle charger on. One of these, which go to the battery, which I bought this at Walmart, which turns the end of that into a USB charging port in case you're on a long trip with your phone. Keep my gloves usually in the glove box, and of course registration and insurance. In here I usually just keep a face mask, which doesn't seem to be in there. That doesn't need to be in there. And maybe a little bit of loose change, but nothing you don't want stolen. The emergency brake. Let's see. I've been averaging about 80 miles to the gallon. As you see now, I'm at 8,673, which I say was 7,050 when I bought it. So almost over 1,500 miles I put on it. I guess it'll tack, I don't know, 60, 70 miles an hour. I know the speedometer is off 5 miles an hour. At high end, 0 to 30, it's normal. Let's see. I did just put a Pirelli tire on the front, which it's like a new bike. It handles so much better. I still have the original one on the back, which is from the manufacturer, which is, I have the new Pirelli tire. I'm going to be putting that on. Might as well change them both. And I still had a third of a pad of brake pads, but I went ahead and just put new pads on the front. So there's new brake pads on the front. You can tell both the lights scratched here. Somehow I think they backed into it or something. There's a hole punched in it there. Nothing major. And then this whole side scratch. So I don't know if it got pushed against a wall in the garage, because it did sit for years in a guy's garage that I know. And it was cracked here. You know, there's lots of little scratches, but nothing that's I'm gonna lose sleep over. A little bit there. And then here, scratches on both the lights are scratched pretty good. And I don't know, maybe this is from rocks up in the front going down the freeway. I'm guessing you'll get debris kicked up from rocks, and I'm sure they bounce off the front end a lot. I did put this on just on a windy day. I don't like to bend over as much if I don't have to, and this I can sit up and ride. You know, I might lay down a little bit, but on a real windy day, it just keeps the initial breeze off of me. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask. I believe the fastest I ever had it is 75 miles an hour, and it still had throttle. So I know they say it'll do 80, but going up a hill, I notice if you gun it flat out, all your gas at once, on the gas, if you just jump on it and just dump the throttle going up a steep hill, it can top out at 55. But if you climb slower and don't try to just give it all the gas, just let it climb on its own, it gets up into 60, 65, whatever. It just, you know, it's not built for speed, it's built for comfort. It is, you know, real quick from 0 to 30 or 40 or whatever, but just know if you're in the back country, driving up in the mountains, you know, up in the forest and climbing a lot of hills, just do it with you got a big hill to climb, let it build up the power. Don't try and gun it, because I noticed that does bog it down. Still, if there's any questions, let me know. It's a 2003, which I don't understand why it has ABS brakes. It must have been at the end of 2003. Have the ABS brakes, but I'm very happy with it. I have no complaints. Great on gas. Was driving today in 20 mile, maybe with 30 mile an hour gusts. You know, it does take getting used to. It's not like a normal bike where you have the stuff between your knees. I just washed it, so got stuff on my hands, probably reaching underneath. But you don't have the tank. You know, it's a different feel. You can tuck your feet back here. Longer trips when it's not windy and stuff, I kick my feet really high up. My feet are even kicking off the sides. I'd say in the scooter world, it's trippy to call it a scooter when you don't have the whole foot pad. You know, it's more like a luxury bike with that. You just don't have that tank sitting right here, because the motor is all, this is where your radiator is, so the motor is all up under, clear up underneath you. I think you can see. I mean, it goes all the way up to the bottom of the trunk, to the glove, you know, the seat trunk. I'll do a ride video soon, but if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. Real happy with the Honda Reflex, and watched a lot of videos on it, and nobody pointed out the helmet thing in any of the videos I watched, which I've been pleased to have found. It does have the kickstand, you know, to lift up the whole back end, and it will run with that. Otherwise, it has just the single kickstand, so it has both, which I'm sure you've seen. Let's put you in here. Let me pause it, and I'll go grab my helmet and take you on a little ride. Okay. I'll be doing a review on this helmet and this Spot Sport soon. But that said, let's get started. Okay, I'm gonna end the video there. Give you one more look at the. Tried to get you the sunset. Well, you know, low beams is 1 light, high beams is 2. No. So there's the high beams. Best scooter I think ever made. Honda Reflex NSS250. I'm 100% pleased with it. If you have any comments, please put them below and I'll try to answer them. It's just a great all-around cruising, long trips, short trips. Been on a few hour ride, and you know, you always want to take a break and rest. And high winds reduce your speed, and you know, there's a bunch of videos out there you can watch, you know, about high winds and kicking your knee out and different things. But stay safe, and like I said, I'm gonna do a review of this awesome Bluetooth. I think you can see it. Very happy. Lasts all day. I've seen reviews saying it doesn't. I have no complaints with it. Music sounds good. People hear me on phone calls. Everything works great. But I'll save that for the review of that. And please follow and like the video, and I'll try to do more. Thanks, and take care.